Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2 is a reminder of George's missing final young Sheldon scenes. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like. Warning. Spoilers ahead for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's Episode 2 is a subtle reminder of George's final two scenes that young Sheldon didn't get to show. George's death marked the beginning of the end of the Big Bang Theory prequel. Despite some confusion about the specifics of how the Cooper patriarch actually met his end, young Sheldon found a way to execute it in a truly devastating way, as it left Sheldon and his family shaken up from the unexpected loss. The family comedy drama is already finished, but George's death continues to impact the franchise via Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. After young Sheldon's controversial cancellation, CBS and Chuck Lorre found a way to continue capitalizing on the show's popularity by giving Georgie and Mandy their own show. In Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, the focus is on the couple as they build a life together. Picking up 2 months after George's death, the new series' earliest episodes have continued to tackle the aftermath of the massive loss of Georgie. Mary and Mima's appearance in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premiere didn't delve deep into the tragedy, but George's death is a major factor in Episode 2, with Missy's return. In Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2, Some New York Nonsense, Georgie begins to feel the full weight of responsibilities he now has after his dad died. The pilot offered a peek into his feelings about coping with grief as he opened up to Jim McAllister about missing his father. That said, since the 610 to Lubbock was centered on his and Mandy's conflict with Audrey McAllister, there wasn't much time devoted to this. That all changes in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2, which features 2 particularly important scenes. Some New York Nonsense opens with Georgie visiting George's grave and unexpectedly talking to him. Baby Cease's dad simply recalls his day to de-stress and deal with missing George. This is a pivotal moment because Sheldon's older brother didn't really share his feelings with their father. Beyond that, it also sets up Missy's subsequent visit to George's grave at the end of the episode. Another important moment in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2 is Georgie's trip to the emergency room because of a panic attack. It establishes the status of his mental health, what it means for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's own storytelling. Those aforementioned scenes also have an impact in the young Sheldon finale. Both are reminders of George's final 2 scenes that the prequel could have shown but didn't. The sequence in the cemetery is a reminder of how young Sheldon skipped actually showing the funeral after the emotional church service led by Pastor Jeff. Mary was already seen visiting the tomb of George in the old show, but Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 2 is the first time that it's prominently featured in an episode. Secondly, Georgie's trip to the hospital is harrowing in itself. Interestingly, Some New York Nonsense establishes a parallel between George's very first heart attack in young Sheldon and his son's visit in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. However, the sequence is also a reminder that the Big Bang Theory prequel didn't show the family rushing to the hospital to claim George's body after he unexpectedly died. Instead, young Sheldon immediately jumped into showing how the Coopers were coping with the loss in their own respective ways, eventually leading to his eventual service in the church. It's unknown if the writers of young Sheldon had any plans to show either of the aforementioned George scenes. However, if they do, the likely reason why they were scrapped was because of limited screen time. Ahead of its final season, the prequel had several loose plot ends that it needed to address. It didn't help that young Sheldon ended on a shortened year, with only 14 episodes instead of its usual 20-plus output. This was why, aside from Sheldon, none of the remaining Cooper family members had a proper ending in the finale. Knowing how important George was to the show, the Big Bang Theory prequel decided to kill him off-screen to lessen the blow, and focus on the reaction of his family instead. On the other hand, it's also possible that young Sheldon simply didn't want to show any of the scenes. Knowing how important George was to the show, the Big Bang Theory prequel decided to kill him off-screen to lessen the blow and focus on the reaction of his family instead. That said, both of the said moments could have further allowed young Sheldon to explore their grief. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage episode 2 does this, but it's dubious if it will delve deeper into this matter moving forward. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.